It is Canada Day up here in Canada, but we are getting ready for Monday Night Raw tonight. It's myself and Chris Parrish. Parrish, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm going to give us bigger screens until OMD gets in here, which I don't know why it takes him so long to jump from one room to another, but it does. He's probably taking a locker room visit, so he doesn't do one on screen, but I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Got pretty busy with some edits that I need to handle.
Yeah. Good. As we're getting ready for Monday Night Raw, we're seeing the arrivals of both Sheamus, Ilja Dragunov, and Drew McIntyre as they're getting ready for their qualification match, the Money in the Bank. And now we have Jey Uso going through the building, getting ready to come out. So we got main event Jey Uso on our screens right now. And finally we have him. Man, why does it take you so long to get in here?
Because my computer is old and slow.
Fair enough.
It comes from Canada and it's a little bit slow, eh?
Oh, must be that Maple Leaf side.
Mr. Best, how we doing?
I like how he avoids you, Parrish.
Oh, we already had our discussion about that earlier. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good despite the fact that you guys signed Tanev and will still choke in the first round. So
We also got OAL.
Yeah, we also signed Ekman Larson. And for some stupid reason, we re-signed Matt Murray.
Well, and just in the last hour when we were doing the preview review, the Oilers happened to sign Jeff Skinner and Matthias Janmark.
Yep. I literally got that notification about 10 minutes ago. It shows how slow my phone is.
Oh, and look who's there on Monday Night Raw there, OMD. It's one Corey Graves.
Seriously?
I even called that.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
And Michael Cole trying to be the Pat McAfee of the show.
God. I swear he's like loaded when he does these shows now.
Yeah.
So tonight the inmates run the asylum. I have no idea where Bubba Duke is. I just know he said it's Canada Day and wouldn't be available for the Raw preview review show.
Well, I mean, the fireworks are happening tonight, so he's probably taking his kid to that.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But speaking of fireworks, we're going to have a lot of fireworks on Raw tonight.
Why do you say that, Bess? Why? Why?
Just going out on a limb here because we've had fireworks on Raw in the past.
That's fair.
And being that this is the go-home show for Raw for Money in the Bank.
I love how they have Raw on Canada Day, leading up to a PLE in Canada, and Raw's not in Canada.
Right?
Yet next week's Raw is in Ottawa, the nation's capital. Instead, they have to be in most of our enemies, Boston.
You know what? They took all the guys that Canuck Twitter said they were pretty much getting, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So an interesting start here is Chad Gable coming out.
Yeah. Also, OMD, I'm gonna let you in on this, but I'm getting a thing out of the exclusive rumor and news thing that I'm a part of. Apparently, the Maple Leafs are strongly considering taking the C off John Tavares.
That's something that was leaked by one Logan Paul a few weeks ago.
I bet you they give it to Austin Matthews.
OMD, can I get you to do something real quick?
Yep.
Tilt your camera down because it looks like somebody cut your head off.
Ah! That's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
There we go.
In the words of the man on our screen, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Shush, please.
Oh, the Blackhawks signed TJ Brody.
Yes.
Good for them. Because they overpaid him.
One of the signings I didn't expect today was Steven Stamkos going to Nashville.
I fully expected Stamkos signing today. I didn't expect Nashville to do what they did for $20.5 million.
Man, they're throwing caution to the wind. Nashville is, with the signings they've made today, they're making a run for the cup this year. I'm guaranteeing that. But anyways, back to the action, or back to the promo inside the ring here. We know both these men have qualified. Both these men have strong claims to winning Money in the Bank. Both these men, I also would not be opposed to winning the Money in the Bank. And right now we got Jey Uso getting the best of Chad Gable right now.
This has to lead to a match later tonight.
I got to assume so, because when I was looking at the card, the matches didn't really scream main event, like Raw main event to me, you know?
Well, the qualifier match might or maybe either Rey and Dom or the women's match might, because I can see those segments being connected.
Oh. Which one is it? That was beautiful.
Hi, Bulkster. How you doing?
Yeah, hi, Bulkster. Apologies for that. I mean, when the Wyatt Six is on our screen, we go quiet.
Bulkster, good to see you again, brother. That was masterful.
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, right now the clear target for the Wyatt Six is Chad Gable, but we want to know the why. You know,
because he treats his family poorly.
That makes a lot of sense, really.
Well, I mean, when you think about why they're still at a screen, it's nice to know that even the Bulkster is on OMD time. How is it that when it comes to Raw, Best, you and I are synced on the same time frame, but when it comes to other shows, you are ahead of me?
I really would like to know that, because there have been times where you and I watch the Edmonton game, and I'm ahead of you by about 20 seconds.
Yeah, and when it's like important games, it's annoying.
Or even like when
He's got leg. He knows how to use it.
They're watching something on the network. I'm still ahead of you somehow.
Like, you leg and you're so ahead. It makes no sense to me.
It's, well, the leg is the shitty laptop, so.
I think the leg is also where we stream our. Sometimes you either get a good connection from it or you don't.
Yeah, true, because as I said before, I can run YouTube on it. I can run other streaming services just fine on this laptop.
Yeah, it's weird. But, I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, Noah, your guys' thoughts on kind of like where we think the Wyatt Six are going to be going, because like now that we see that, you know, they seem to be targeting Chad Gable, or always seem to be doing stuff when he's on screen. Let's be understanding of this. He wasn't exactly targeted last week, nor is he necessarily targeted this week. Nobody was going after him. It was in Chad Gable's head based on what they did to him. We don't know if he was even a target to begin with, or if he was just there, like wrong place, wrong time. We don't even know that place.
Let's not forget, this is also the second segment where the Wyatt Six have showed up after Jey Uso.
Yeah.
As well.
And could that be a thing where maybe, and they keep saying that Jey Uso gave back the Fireflies because he doesn't want none of that. Are we now seeing that maybe Jey Uso could be looked as a friend to the Wyatt Six because of the way he was treated by his family?
There's so many.
And they look at him as somebody who they hey, you are more like us than you think. And then he's actually being nice and courteous. So there's a lot to unravel with Jey Uso and the Wyatts.
There's a lot to unravel with everything that's going on with the Wyatt Six, as we go look at Michael Cole right now.
Well, and let's not forget that when it came down to Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, at one point he said, anyone but you, Roman.
Michael Cole unboxed another VHS tape, and I'm wondering whose interview it's going to be this week.
And do we remember who Roman Reigns took that original title off of?
It was Bray.
Uh-huh. As we do have Dirty Dom and Rey being advertised for tonight, it does not say main event, so do not think that's going to be your main event tonight.
And we're going to get a look at what the Bloodline did to Paul Heyman on SmackDown tonight as well.
I really would like to know Jay's thoughts on that. That would be a very intriguing conversation. As we're getting the match that we're all looking forward to, Xavier Woods versus Karrion Kross.
Yep, when I was doing the description for the show tonight and I was typing out my description for this match, back in my mind, I really wanted to type, I'm ready to move on from this.
Good evening, Pete. Leeds. Welcome to the show.
How's it going, Leeds?
But we are getting Kofi Kingston accompanying Xavier to ringside, not waiting in the back and not staying at home to sell what happened last week.
Nope.
And Kofi Kingston has definitely raided Grayson Waller's locker.
I think he mixed whatever was in Grayson Waller's locker with whatever was in his locker 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I think he's drinking the same Kool-Aid from back then, too. I don't know if I like a middle-aged Kofi Kingston. He seems weird. Ooh, I like those trunks on Karrion. Now, I wouldn't have hated Karrion Kross being in the ladder or Money in the Bank ladder match.
Not at all.
Absolutely not. Because I mean, here's a dude that he needs something, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I just can't put my finger on it.
Well, I think first he needs that connection with the audience.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be heavily booed. He needs that one thing to hit. Just like Dom got that one thing to hit with the fans, and now he's a made heel. Just like Liv had that one thing that hit with the fans, and now she's a made babyface heel with the crowd. So that's what Karrion Kross needs. I honestly do believe that AOP probably was the wrong tag team to put with him, because not a lot of people look any different of AOP than they did with Karrion Kross at the time. And had you had maybe a more established tag team, I think you would have had a little different of a reaction to a modern day Karrion Kross.
Do you know what team I think actually could have worked with Karrion Kross? And I'm going to go a little bit back in time here. I really feel like the Ascension would have been a good team for them, for Karrion Kross.
The Ascension, though, never really hit, and they tried to rip off the Road Warriors look, much like...
Okay, that's
Ellering.
JBL talking. That's JBL talking. Keep your mouth shut, OMD. In NXT...
much like you've got Paul Ellering using the Legion of Doom with the What a Rush finisher. I think if you were going to go back in time, the tag team that would have probably been the most psychotic with him would have been the Head Shrinkers.
I can see that, but if you looked at how the Ascension was on NXT versus how they were on the main roster, I'm talking the NXT version of Ascension would have worked well.
See, I didn't watch NXT then.
See, I think you guys are missing the boat. I mean, Karrion Kross always talks about time. There was nobody more ahead of their time than Techno Team 2000.
It's funny you mentioned that, because that WCW show I was watching last night had Eric Watts on the pay-per-view.
But no, I think a team that really would have helped Karrion Kross, I think they're a group in NXT. I mean, they were rumored to be called up at the draft. They weren't. They haven't done much, but that's Gallus. I thought Gallus and Karrion Kross would have been a fantastic pairing. And it would have, I don't know. I think it would have worked.
I mean, yeah, I can actually agree with that because Gallus did have like that dark kind of gimmick, especially with Joe Gacy, and that's exactly what Karrion Kross is doing right now, and I can see how that would work.
Did Gallison do anything with Joe Gacy?
No.
You're thinking Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and then Wolfgang. You were thinking of like
Schism.
Yeah, and
my bad.
Yeah, but no, I think when you're getting that, you're getting a little bit more of a relatable, beat down like thug kind of style, and I think that would have been good. AOP just seems, I don't know, like there's something. They just lack charisma. They're 280s in 2024. Now there's a level of what could work there, but when you saw like a tag team in the 80s, because I would say like Demolition would be perfect if you had something like that.
Yeah,
because Demolition had that connection. They had that amazing ability to like be beating up somebody, making it look cool, but also getting the heat at the same time. They had that blend that was needed back then, and I think that is what's missing out of AOP. On top of that, I think Scarlett needs to be more of a benefactor in this group than what she is right now. She can't just be looked as the pretty face in the group. She has to be more substance. She has to be more Zelina Vega-esque to what Andrade was. That is going to help make Karrion Kross a little bit too, because look how complacent we thought Andrade was at NXT, and then you had somebody as fiery as Zelina Vega at the time who revived Andrade, and then all of a sudden Andrade is an NXT champion that you care about because now you had somebody to talk for him. He can just wrestle, and he was good at it, and he was getting his heat. And he leads to saying AOP are an afterthought, and I kind of hate to agree with that because I don't like giving up on people, but I think they are an afterthought.
I'm going to say this. Another team currently out that would have been a better fit, I think, than AOP would have been Gallows and Anderson.
I could see that. But one thing I kind of want to see a little more of too is Paul Ellering being the voice, not for Karrion Kross or Scarlett, because they can do promos, they're fine. But being more of a voice for AOP, because AOP can't cut promos if their life depended on it, you know?
The other team that I would go back in time for with Karrion Kross would have been DOA.
Another Paul Ellering group, essentially.
Yep.
The only thing about Paul Ellering, I think he's also the exact same thing as AOP. I think he's also an afterthought. Like, yes, it's nostalgic. We love what he's done and contributed to wrestling, but in 2024, what is he doing that's like really adding to this? He seems like he's that when they're all in a ring, it's like everybody is doing one thing except for Paul Ellering.
I mean, like a few weeks ago when shit was going down, when everybody was brawling with the Final Testament, Paul Ellering did look lost in the shuffle as to what was going on.
Yeah, and I don't think he's adding anything to the mix. I think he just we're trapped in what he did before with AOP and hope that it's the same thing, and it's just not.
No. Yeah, when he was with AOP before in NXT and he was actually vocal and their mouthpiece, it actually served a purpose. It did something.
Yeah.
It got me interested in AOP whenever he cut a promo for AOP, and that's why I said I would like to see him be the voice of just AOP. He doesn't need to be the voice of Scarlett. He doesn't need to be the voice of Karrion, because they can talk, they can speak for themselves, you know?
Yeah, there needs to be, and I think that's just what's missing, is that thing that hits with the audience. Chad Gable had that with his shh and thank yous, and then they rolled with that. That is exactly what Karrion Kross in the Final Testament needs. But I mean, let's be honest. there was a time where Judgment Day was in the same position.
Yep.
So
I think Karrion Kross also maybe needs to revitalize his old look with the Killer Kross look. Keep the Karrion Kross name, but bring the Killer Kross look back. Even go back to some of that, you know, I'm a hitman type of thing, and leave his trademark calling card.
see, and this is already what's getting under my heart. We'll wait till you get caught up
You
there.
got the finish.
Yeah, what I don't like is the fact that the leader is in the ring and nobody's attacking them right now. This is exactly the issue that's really bad on my end. Why is Kofi Kingston allowed to taunt Karrion Kross like that, with Karrion Kross not punching him in the face, without AOP attacking him from behind, without a beatdown right now? Why is this not a physical thing right now? The single fact that we see these guys, and this is way too late.
Yeah.
This is way too late. And
it should have been immediate after the bell.
There's a complete disconnect to what you need to do right away. And to me, that Kofi Kingston just doing that to Karrion Kross, I'm sorry, but the fact that Karrion Kross didn't do anything, that is what's wrong with Karrion Kross. It's not a gimmick. It's not a look. It's Karrion Kross. You should not be allowing that. Either you roll out the ring and you create that space, or you are aggressive about something. But you can't let that shit happen to you. Not as a heel. That kills your credibility.
See, even him executing this submission on Kofi could have worked during the match.
This is exactly what should have happened when Kofi was trying to taunt him. That he just grabbed his arm, put him in this, as soon as Xavier Woods tried to help, he got the 2-1-1 AOP. This was just poor execution in my books. Just poor execution.
Yeah, timing was extremely off on this.
That just didn't hit for me. Hit a chord. It just didn't hit where it needed to.
No, it didn't. I do want to give a shout out. I know you're busy getting the show set up for the Raw Patrol with the Raw Preview Review, but Parrish, shout out and a huge thank you for joining us on the Raw Preview Review again tonight.
Anytime.
Greatly appreciated.
I'm just happy that I was in a position to step up when you guys needed somebody to. Nothing sucks more than knowing that somebody that, like, people that you care about, they need some help and you just can't do it. Like nothing has more of a shitty feeling when you're just not able to be that person. So I'm very happy that I was able to do that. And thanks for allowing me to be that guy too.
And I will be the one to attest to that, because I did feel bad that I couldn't get in, but I was really heavily getting stuff for the Raw Preview Review that we're going to see next week.
Okay. Are you going to fill in for me next week on the Raw Preview Review, Mr. Best?
I don't know just yet, but The new intro is going to be ready next week.
Okay. And I spoke with our fearless leader this afternoon as I ran into him at Poutine Feast. So I know he had Canada Day plans this evening. And again, as we wished everybody on the Raw Preview Review Show, a happy Canada Day to everybody. Or in the States, it's Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
I like how they're always playing 2K24 when they go into the locker room. And there are cracks in the foundation.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how I poop, man. Oh, you mean with the Judgment Day? My bad. What's funny about that is, yeah, you can see the cracks, but at the same time, those are much needed conversations that needed to be had. I'm very happy somebody in the Judgment Day said something about the words Damian Priest said, and there's clarity to the reason. There was not just so there was a foot put on the ground and saying, look, this is why I said it. When Rey was champion, we needed her more, and there was a reason why. And I love the fact that as a champion, he's trying to take a little bit of a bigger role, because Rhea did the exact same thing.
Right.
And what he wants out of Dom for getting rid of Liv is exactly what is needed out of Dom to go from calling Rhea mommy to being a mid-card guy who can be a strong player going after whether it's the United States or Intercontinental Championship and be a believable contender. And that's exactly what is needed. And I love the fact that we're seeing kind of that fatherhood mentorship thing come out of this, because it is something that needs to be done with Dom, and I'm happy it's going that route.
But I do have to ask, because I know we saw, I believe it was both Finn and JD attempted to qualify for the Money in the Bank. Why did we not get a qualifying match for Dom? Because he's one that I would have put to win it.
I think because there's already something major going with Dom I think that's probably why. And I think with JD and with JD and with Finn going for something else, and then them coming together and getting a take, like, there we go. Like, we got now something for them, right? We have that. We have a championship there for Damian. We could very well see Rhea coming back, going after that woman's title. And then this leaves the door open for, if we get that maturity out of Dom and rise to that next level, that was a pun on purpose, Now we could see Dom be a player for that mid-card title. And once again, we could see titles being draped in the bloodline or in the Judgment Day once again.
I mean, I don't think Sammy has anybody booked for SummerSlam, so
That's only if he gets past Braun Breaker.
sure.
I don't know. Let's not count out a fact that Sami Zayn could very well not be Intercontinental Champion come next week. And didn't you guys keep reminding me that there's a show before SummerSlam?
No. Because Bash in Berlin is at the end of August.
No,
Yes.
I don't. No, I'm just saying there's multiple Raws before it. That's kind of what I was
Yeah.
getting at.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
there's also going to be multiple SmackDowns before it.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the Intercontinental title. This ain't the SmackDown Patrol, all right? This is the Raw Patrol.
Well, it's the SmackDown security detail.
Yeah, and that's on Fridays, which you can check out on Turnbuckle Studios. And we'll get to that when we show the calendar, which, by the way, OMD, when we're on videos, it's called calendar. That's what you're looking for.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Also, there's one more thing I got to tell you, but I'll tell you after the show. It's very minor, but it's something that I noticed when we were on with Bulkster earlier. Actually, we're a commercial. So when we're in here and you're seeing the comments, right? And you see their icons and it tells you what platform they're looking at. Like you see how there's like a YouTube logo, a Twitch logo, and all that things. And you see like up above, you see all the platforms that are streaming.
Yeah.
When Balzer comes in and he adds one, it'll have a little paper clip on it as well.
Yeah.
And that'll be a part of the comment. And that's how you know it's off his channel.
Okay. Well, see, that's what I thought, but I didn't know because like I wasn't sure if it was a bot or if it was somebody that Bulkster knew or so that's why I figured I want to ask rather than, accidentally trigger a bot and get us canceled.
Oh, you'll start noticing bots like the one we did have.
Yep.
As we get another video package showcasing just how deep the bloodline is with the late passing of Roman's father, Sika.
showcasing their Hall of Fame induction, which OMD you said you were at.
That was the night before WrestleMania 23.
Where you got a very mixed bag of a card there because you had one shit match and actually one extremely good match. The shit match being Great Khali and Kane.
Yep.
And to me, the match of the night, Taker and Batista.
See, I got to go, and I love that match, but I got to go Cena and Shawn.
See, for me, like after Taker and Batista happened, the rest of the show kind of like went a little bit downwards for me, And maybe it was just because I was worn out from cheering Taker and Batista, but
Yeah, see, being there live, like Taker Batista didn't do that much for me. It was Cena, Shawn. We had Mr. Kennedy win Money in the Bank.
yeah, that went nowhere.
MVP and Chris Benoit for the U.S. title.
Yeah, that was actually a decent little match, if I remember correctly.
And I think that was when I went to go and try and buy my replica title. I think I missed most of that match.
Right now we got a promo from Zelina Vega.
So she's in her gear at the Gorilla. So this is our women's title match is next.
Mm-hmm. Of all these years later, Zelina Vega still uses the old Andrade graphics for her entrance.
It's just like Roman wearing the Shield gear for years after the Shield broke up. She needs to change it.
Well, like, it's weird. Like, it's just weird that they haven't. Because, like, she got new stuff when she was the Queen Crowns winner.
Yeah.
So, like, why go back? I don't know. It just seems very weird, and it's kind of strange that wasn't something of value.
So I saw earlier today too that the Red Wings ended up picking up Jack Campbell. I'm like, oh, a lot of good that's going to do in net.
I also love the fact that basically the Kings and the Oilers just made a swap in wingers. So, us getting Arvidsson at $4 million a year, and they got Fogel at $3.5 million.
I don't know. I like that Arvidsson signing for you.
Me too. And I'm glad. And here's something to note. Apparently, Adam Larson also helped convince Arvidsson to sign in Edmonton, as well as Matthias Ekholm.
What about Seattle? Didn't do too bad either with Montour and Chandler Stevenson.
I was definitely. Let's just say if I had the cap space, I would have been going after Montour as well. But very interested to see who hasn't been signed yet. That's very intriguing. The Oilers also did re-up Troy Stetcher for 2 more years at $787,000. So
okay, that you can't argue with that because he's just going to ride the pine in
I
Bakersfield.
mean, you need that 7th defenseman, right? And that's exactly what he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I do envision a trade, and one of either Cece or Kane being that person.
What do you make of Edmonton taking Jeff Skinner there too?
I think it's honestly a low risk. You're going to be surrounding him with a lot of good players.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a 1 year.
It's 1 year at $3 million.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to make a phone call.
I don't hate Skinner going to Edmonton though. I don't hate it,
Nope.
but
I honestly believe they are trying hard to move Evander Kane, and I think that is why they brought Skinner in. I think that's why they brought in Arvidsson, because he's very hard to play against as well.
right.
But I do envision them trying to move out of Evander Kane's contract to bring in another hard to get play against guy. But they also have to get the Brobergs, the Holloways, those RFAs signed as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that really completes kind of what they have. So it's not much more work, though. There's need to do.
No, they're based on what I'm seeing, like because we talked about them wanting to add depth to their defense, and I said the same thing about Toronto, and both teams are actually doing that from what I'm noticing.
And we're back with Zelina Vega awaiting her opponent, and that is current world heavyweight women's champion Liv Morgan, who threw out the first pitch at Fenway.
At today's game, actually.
Yeah.
Saw the game on TV.
And she happened to do so well that now the Toronto Blue Jays are in fact trying to land a contract with Liv Morgan to help out their rotation.
God, does that ever need help?
But my Philadelphia Phillies, though, do not need any help as they're doing just fine.
No, they don't. They are killing it on the mound this year.
Gotta love Liv Morgan's new shirt. Liv's finally on top.
I know Carl would love that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Did she do that in a purple and black?
She sure did. Now that is trolling at its finest.
Yep. Also, the white font is very similar to the Judgment Day font as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. So in about an hour, I actually had to call my girlfriend back, but she's probably going to call again in about an hour. She's in the midst of her 6th consecutive double.
What are the names? Just kidding. Just kidding.
So I didn't even see her or hear from her all weekend, and she had the weekend off.
Pete Leeds coming in saying, God, I hate my job. Well, I hate the people. Thanks for turning off the comment.
Oh, I was about to open it at the same time. And so, yes, we are all aware. We all hate people, Leeds. We just like our people in this circle.
Okay, I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum there, OMD. Because I am a people person.
We know,
as you can see, people, that's a stretch.
I'm a people person too, and I still hate them.
I hate customers. That's what I'll put it at.
But I love the fact that we have women's action right now, Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega for the World Women's Championship.
This isn't Liv's first defense since winning it, right?
I don't believe so. No, because she defended against Becky right after.
Oh, right.
In the cage match.
Yeah.
And that was actually Becky's last match.
To date.
Well, right now, it is her last match.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything after. I didn't say ever. I didn't say forever. I just said it's her last match. And a lot of people are asking, why wouldn't you do this match at Money in the Bank? Well, WWE does have a tendency of alternating the women titles at the PLEs, and there will not be a women's world title at Money in the Bank. There might not even be a WWE Women's Championship match there, but we are getting one tonight on Raw as Dirty Dom Mysterio is making his way to the ring.
Pete doesn't class it as a job, more like a prison sentence. Well, I mean, we've all been there.
I mean, my prison sentence was school, so. Well, I shouldn't say that wasn't a complete prison sentence, because working in the television studio in high school was actually really fun.
Right.
And we're followed by Rey Mysterio coming down. So I think I was on something where I said these matches were going to lead into each other.
Did I not ask if this was going to lead to a mixed tag?
You said a mixed tag. I think we're just going to get a mixed segment where it just leads into it. Or should I say it? Pete leads into it.
Who is still on detention from school, and he's 53 years old.
Man, what did you do?
Jeez. Do you not serve your detention on Saturdays with the Breakfast Club leads?
I think he's already past the Breakfast Club. He had the lunch club, the dinner club. He has
the early bird special
supper club.
The late night snack club.
The bed night snack club. The midnight snack club.
All the meals that the hobbits eat club, because I can't remember all the meals that they mention.
I can neither.
There's breakfast, second breakfast, and potatoes. Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
Don't forget brunch club, because brunch is so underrated.
It is. It really is.
We didn't have clubs, just gangs. Well, the dinner gang, the lunch gang, the breakfast gang, the
Clockwork Orange gang.
Yeah,
the apple dumpling.
I wasn't hungry, but here's food anyway, gang.
That was my roommate the other day when I literally opened up a bag of chips and he comes out and makes popcorn for me. I'm like, okay,
no,
I'll take the popcorn. I know, but OMD wasn't. I'll take the free popcorn. Why not?
That's when your roommate was very happy about his game going on, and I may or may not was mocking him.
Oh, Pete Leeds was in a gang of his own. Was that the one-man gang? And I don't really want to know if you were in the one-man gang or not.
Yeah, but the real question is, who was his right-hand man?
But actually, speaking of snacks, I actually found yesterday, and I'd never seen them before. Ruffles now makes a chip from KFC.
Dude, I've eaten the KFC chips on stream.
I'd never seen them before.
That's because they're always on your phone. And if you looked up, you'd see things.
I had tried other versions of roast chicken and gravy and poutine, but there was KFC original recipe Ruffles and Zinger Ruffles.
Pete Leeds, the
Zinger one is a new one, actually.
If you have two right-hand men, does that mean the left feels right?
Forgot to put that there.
That's what she said. And just to let everybody know that you may not see the Voice of Turnbuckle Studios, Carl Carafel, but he will be back tomorrow for Turnbuckle Talk.
Yep.
So just to give you guys just that bit of information.
And a quick little preview on Turnbuckle Talk. We are going to be doing our rundown on Money in the Bank on tomorrow's show.
Okay.
That's another intro I have to do for this weekend, is for the PLE Patrol.
I am not sure if I would be able to join that because potentially my boy will be home on Thursday. I don't know. And if he is, then from Wednesday night on, I will be unavailable until the 22nd of the month.
So you're not doing the PlayStation Showcase this week?
I'll do the PlayStation Showcase, but after that, I may not do the Boar's Nest Thursday. I will do the PlayStation Showcase Wednesday.
Because this week's episode is NHL 24, and I really want to do that episode with you. So
I will be there for that episode.
A very crazy submission done by Liv Morgan here on Zelina Vega.
Yeah, yes. I was going to say, it's giving me shades of Bull Nakano because she used to do a variation of that hold.
It's also a ripoff of Rhea Ripley's submission.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. But I've also, when Rhea does it, I've also pointed out the tribute to Bull Nakano on it too.
Does Zelina Vega know that she's too short to do her husband's moves?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she does, but that attempt at a black mask, just no.
Pete Carl is not even watching Raw this evening. He'll catch it tomorrow. He is out at a Canada Day celebration.
But I can guarantee you, if Carl was here, he would just be all teeth with his smiling.
Yep.
Or he'd be talking about TAP. That's right. Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, which you can find on the below link at affiliation program.canva.site. Because there's no better way to tap than watching the World Champions match. We know that's what Carl would want.
We are getting a decent little match out of these two.
Yes, we are.
It's a good match. It's a little slow pace, but it's not bad. I think it's just Liv. I think it's Liv working towards Zelina's strengths, though.
I think it's also Liv just working a slower style because we're not used to her working a more methodical style. And it really, as a heel, is what she needs to do. So I don't hate it. Pete Leeds, oh yeah, happy Canada Day to you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, look at Liv's hands. Ooh. Could we see Dom roll her back in the ring? Well, maybe not.
Ray's colors on his tights are a definite tribute to the Boston Bruins, by the way.
That they are. Dom pushing Rey pushing Dom for absolutely no reason.
So you're saying Ray's colors?
Yeah, the brown and the gold.
It's the old school, the brown and yellow, ugly ass Boston jerseys.
Yeah, very old school Boston.
Granted, all of Boston's jerseys are ugly as sin.
I know you're just saying that out of hatred for Boston, but if I put my hatred for Boston aside, I actually don't mind their jersey.
See, like, I just saw the brown and the yellow, and I'm like, why does he have San Diego Padres?
That
Oh,
you know
right.
what? That's where my brain went too. So
I'm like, the guy from San Diego? Oh, Kathy Kelly, way to save Dom there. So now we're getting a preview. Not really a preview, but more of a kind of a rundown of the CM Punk Drew McIntyre feud.
yeah. And him talking about what he plans to do as far as Money in the Bank goes. Okay, so we just got Seth Rollins walking in a building, and we caught what I believe was Sonya Deville talking to Zoey Stark.
Yeah, but what we saw was Shayna Baszler grab Zoey Stark and walk away from Sonya Deville as well.
Yes, we did.
And right now we're getting a sneak peek at the WrestleMania 40 Behind the Curtain special, which is coming to YouTube this coming Wednesday.
Then I know what I'm watching at work on my tablet.
If you live in the Sault Ste. Marie area, pile on Sleepy so that OMD does not watch it.
That means I get customers and I make commission.
Yeah, I'm helping you out here, dude. From one brother to another.
Exactly.
I actually have to visit your store sometime this week so we can do that thing that we talked about.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know when it's going to be just yet. Probably be Friday because I get paid that day. So
Okay, yeah, just come and see me. Friday I work 11 to 8.
I know you do the run-in on the PLE or SmackDown Security Detail.
I do.
So we're getting a look at the WWE headquarters. So, MD, you will not be watching it at work.
You are correct, sir.
Oh, the Golden Knights are busy right now.
Why is that?
I just saw two signings come in, and previous to see the Ilya Samsonov signing.
Oh, that happened like midday, dude.
So shows how. No, I know the Samsonov deal happened midday, but Pavel Dorofeyev, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, and
Those are
Caden Korchak.
those are going to likely be like farm team signings. Tampa signing Zemgus Girgensons.
Yeah, that happened before the preview show.
Yeah. I know he played with Buffalo prior, so
Yeah, he was a Buffalo draft pick, actually.
and Edmonton re-upped Connor Carrick.
No, we signed Connor Carrick. We let Sam Carrick walk.
Yeah.
Who signed with the Rangers for 3 years.
I think it was Connor was actually a Leaf at one point too, so I don't know what it is with Edmonton and all these former Leafs.
I know Connor Carrick was on Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he was also a Leaf at one point. One of the Carricks was. Back, I think it was like Connor Brown's rookie year, we had a Carrick as well. Oh,
it could.
and there's the girlfriend.
Connor Carrick is 30, so he could be right. Yeah, you are.
The one signing I was glad to see happen because he's not a part of Edmonton was Vincent Darnay now.
When we signed Josh Brown, the writing was on the wall there. And we are getting the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins. I didn't want to do his spiel, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and remove OMD out until he comes back because who knows how long he's going to be. You're muted.
I was swearing. No, I wasn't. No, I was.
I just thought you were.
I was not talking to you, by the way. Like I was. Yeah.
I thought you were just doing your best OMD impersonation.
I can. How did I do?
Perfect. Spot on.
Sweet. But no, to just let everybody know he's a little whipped. So we make fun of him.
Yeah.
So make fun of him too. Because it's funny. Especially to us.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to see Damien coming out.
Again, tag titles don't have custom side plates.
The option is there, though. That's what I'm confused about.
I mean, the last time Finn Balor had custom side plates on the main roster was a long, long time ago.
What do you guys make of what just happened there?
I love that segment.
Brilliant. Again, masterful storytelling.
I kind of like how we're getting this fighting champion out of Damien. This guy who doesn't want any bullshit. He doesn't want the rest of Judgment Day interfering. He just wants a straightforward one-on-one with Seth.
Yep.
I think this is the motivating Damian Priest too. I mean, you keep hearing it, and it's becoming a broken record, but it's for the right reason though. He wants to prove people wrong, and it's a very heroic ability that you have when nobody thought he would be world champion. he became world champion. Nobody thought he would be staying world champion. He stayed world champion. Nobody thought he could defeat Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. He did that. We know he's not going to lose on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the easiest match to call. And Damian Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam, I think, is the build match. But what I love is we're seeing Finn calling him out on this, and it's correct. Finn is not wrong. He is changing. But is Damian Priest changing for the worst or for the better? Because that is up to the eye of the beholder and the eyes of the audience, because who knows if we like what we're seeing out of Damian Priest? Who knows if we want to see him away from the Judgment Day? You may not.
Right.
But what we do know is that he wants his title reign to be held on his accord. He has shown a lot of self-accountability for how he holds the title.
Yeah. Even for a heel, he's romanticizing the idea of, I'm a heel, but I can stand on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need or want this backup, even though I've got it. Let me succeed or fail as Damian Priest.
This is where I don't think Damian is losing the title on Saturday.
No.
I think by SummerSlam, I'm predicting the Judgment Day turns on Damian Priest.
Do we see it that we set up a swerve where the Judgment Day will beat down Damian Priest in the match, causing the disqualification for Damian to come back out on Raw and celebrate with them?
Well, Judgment Day is not banned from ringside, are they?
No.
So I have a feeling we are going to see one of either Carlito or Finn Balor help Damian Priest win his match to the point where we are upset, or Damian Priest is upset about the help.
Right.
This now leads to Gunther coming out. And we see Gunther and Kaiser together looking towards the 2-on-1 or taking a part of it. We could very well see this, because by the time Money in the Bank rolls around, the Sheamus Kaiser stuff could be finished. It could. Probably won't, but it could.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm intrigued by is, does this open up a vulnerable Damian Priest leading towards Gunther, which, let's be honest, Damian Priest cannot afford to show any kinds of weakness going up against Gunther.
Right. And
Especially,
we saw that.
Go ahead.
What we said about Damian Priest with his idea of being the fighting champion, we saw with Gunther a man who was able to lead a stable as well as stand on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So do we then get that whole romanticized idea of those two clashing? With Damian Priest, as we believe, is going to retain the belt on Saturday, I'm going to go one step further. I think he's going to retain it at SummerSlam.
That is where I'm going to disagree with you, simply because if you wait for this, and you haven't done anything with Gunther yet, pretty much since King of the Ring. If he then gets this title shot at SummerSlam, the first time you bring back the stipulation, I think it damages the win at King of the Ring. And then I think Gunther is too special to have a loss where it doesn't mean anything of significance.
But I think that what happens, though, is, again, long-term storytelling. I think it carries over to Bash in Berlin, where Gunther would win.
I don't know. I have a feeling they might roll into Bash in Berlin with a local champion.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of Gunther coming in as the local hero with the title, you know?
And that's why I think at SummerSlam we might see a betrayal of betrayals. And it's one that, and what's very curious, when Rhea comes back, and if this all happens under the time she's away, she is going to be solidified on the pissed category with what Judgment Day has been doing in her absence. Whether it's the Liv, whether it's a Carlito, whether it's the Finn and Damien, because she has always been the one that's told both boys to cut this shit out.
Yep.
When egos get there, she just sticks a knife in it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say she's been like the head of the team, the head and shoulders, you know.
Yep.
Well, let's be honest. When you got two swinging dicks in the room, she's the actual head that works.
Yeah, it's true. There's one thing I'm glad about that Finn and Seth segment in the ring there, and maybe I missed it, but I'm glad that they didn't bring up their past over the Universal title.
I mean,
I am with you.
They very vaguely alluded to it, but without having to say words. Because it's just like the story of how Batman's father got killed. We know. We don't need you to tell us once again.
Yeah.
Now, I know I said earlier that we'll see Ivy Nile win. I would not hate if Zoey Stark won.
I wouldn't either, but as we alluded to earlier tonight on the Raw Preview Review show, I think they've got Zoey and Shayna focused on that women's tag team division, and we saw that thing with Sonya Deville earlier as well.
Mm-hmm. Would it make sense to you? Now, hear me out. We see one Sonya Deville help Zoey win.
It would.
And then that does create the trio.
But like, and I'm all for Ivy Nile winning. As much as I would love to see Dakota win, I don't think we need two members of Damage Control in Money in the Bank again.
No, because all it would be, it would just be a repeat of last year, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah, with Bailey and Io.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of cool.
So I am letting you guys know that even though it looks like nothing else is happening with the Oilers, Jeff Jackson has told that the Adam Henrique situation is still an ongoing thing, and they are still trying to bring him back.
Okay.
I was going to ask you about that, actually.
And I've also heard a rather interesting name linked to the Oilers GM position as of today. Somebody who has now
Stan
been
Bowman.
cleared. Yep.
As of July 10th, actually.
Really?
He is going to be reinstated on July 10th, and that is to be expected of. He is. I will almost guarantee he will be the new GM to the Edmonton Oilers. From the sources I have, I think it's all but guaranteed. It's just now a matter of a waiting game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we the thing with Henrique is clearly right now there's other teams interested. If there's a contract that he gets that the Oilers can't match or would not be able to match, yes, right now the Oilers would have to move a contract out in order to bring him in. And it's not because of a contract thing. It's money at this point. The Oilers just don't have it.
Right.
They have to clear some cap for this, but I firmly expect one of either Evander Kane, who I think is the preferred option, to be moved out to create enough money to sign both Philip Broberg, Dylan Holloway, and Adam Henrique.
I'd like to figure out how much cap space the Leafs have left so I can see what they're going to do. Because I'm trying to find a list of free agents who are still available, but it's
Go to Cap Friendly, man. Toronto, as it stands, have a negative $794,667 in cap space.
all
So
right.
they can't sign anybody right now.
You can actually go 10% over the cap. You just have to be compliant by, I believe, the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you go that 10% over, you got to figure out how to get that 10% back, essentially, eh?
Yes.
Well, it's that 10% you then have to basically, either put on waivers or assign to the AHL.
Or move in some fashion.
Yeah.
Also, the buyout window is, I believe, still it's over. So you cannot, you will not hear any more buyouts now. Yesterday was the final day.
There is a second buyout window for players who go to arbitration. So, like Matt Murray's contract, he's going to the AHL guaranteed, if not lower. Also, depending on what's going to happen with Minton and Cowan out of preseason. We know that Nick Robertson wants a trade. Yes, we just gave Timothy Liljegren, our Evan Bouchard, another 2-year deal.
I don't know. I would say Evan Bouchard is better than Timothy Liljegren.
But
I honestly believe you'd rather have Bouchard than Liljegren. Don't you?
Speaking of Bouchard, I beat him up the other day on NHL 19.
That's a lie. You don't win fights.
Against Bouchard, I did.
Picks or it didn't happen.
Yeah. I should have saved it as a video clip. No, but it was when he was on the London night.
is Zoey doing? I don't think I would have had Dakota in the middle on that.
I don't think so either. She looked awkward taking it.
Ivy looked awkward just giving it. But yeah.
Okay, I seriously thought that was the 3 count.
Will you be seriously wrong?
I know. I've been wrong before.
We all have. So who do we all have?
I've got Ivy winning, but I'd rather see Dakota. Best?
I kind of want to see Zoey winning, but I'm going to go with Dakota as well.
Yeah, I have Ivy Nile winning, but I do think Zoey also makes sense.
No, see, I want Dakota, but I've got Ivy.
Well, all right then.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like this lineup that we have for the women's ladder match, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm flat out saying it's coming down to Chelsea or Lyra.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got Tiffy.
Thing is, and I think this is exactly what we have to look at. What's the next big match? The Royal Rumble, right?
Survivor
Okay,
Series.
yeah.
No, but like, where do you see a group of women in there?
Where there's something on the line and means something.
Yeah.
It'd be the Royal Rumble.
Do we see Chelsea Green being that person that goes 1 to 30? No. But do we see here more of that person who cashes in a thing? Now, hold on. I'll get to that later.
Yes, you will. Holy shit.
Anybody else notice that the next thing we hear is father versus son after that?
Yeah.
Also, I
And
have to say
Parrish.
before that, the Oilers are re-signing Adam Henrique.
No, I was gonna say, you fucking called it based off that promo. I mean, he gave the reason for why they're there and why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, I'm not okay. I didn't call it. I stole it from Wheezy Blonde. It was the one that said it. But it just made sense. And then when you kind of look, I don't know, maybe I wasn't supposed to be a wrestler because the way I looked at it, I looked, hey, you know what? If this was me, if I'm putting my head in here and I just lost my brother and I wanted to be like him and I see what he's created and this has now consumed me and I now feel all the same. Yes, I'm doing the exact same thing too. And I'm going to hate everybody who takes what I've lost for granted in their life, and I am going to be pissed, and I want to do something about it. If you're given the world of you can do anything, it just makes all the sense in the world.
Right.
Like, I think just by methodly altering your train of thought to put yourself in that position, it worked. Like, the one thing I would actually argue now is that they look at Chad Gable because he's the most recent, right? He's the most recent and the most modern as the right now example of somebody that's betraying his family or using his family for his personal gain, as was indicated in that video. But what is the ultimate goal? That is, I think, going to be the most intriguing aspect because I believe it's Roman Reigns. I have to think it's Roman Reigns. Even if Roman Reigns comes back and he's larger than life, beloved as a babyface, you have to think it's Roman Reigns.
Because of Roman taking the title from Bey, there's a lot of things that Roman could fit into on this.
Not just that, but who has been more iconic of treating their family like dirt for his own selfish gain?
Roman.
Exactly. And he is the biggest name there is.
I mean, just take a look at what he did to Jay after he took the title from Rey, right? And enough said right there.
Look at what he did to Jimmy. Look what he did to Sammy. Somebody he once said embraced him and brought him in like he was family.
Right.
He made him an honorary Oos. Oos means brother. And then he threw him to the waistline. And then it's just, I don't know, I'm very intrigued with this storyline right now. And this is another one coming up.
So out of that, we got the total opposite from the Judgment Day with the Alpha Academy there, with its leader looking for help from his former Alpha Academy teammates, and them saying, "This isn't our issue. This is your issue."
Yep. And good for Otis. I think this is going to lead and build to that Alpha Academy versus the Creeds. Probably come SummerSlam. I don't think we're going to see it, obviously, for Saturday.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure all the matches are set in stone for Money in the Bank as it is. At least I hope so.
So the NHL released the home opener schedule today.
Mm-hmm.
October 9th, Toronto in Montreal, Winnipeg in Edmonton, and Calgary in Vancouver.
It's already where they messed up. God do Calgary and Edmonton, man.
You do.
Yep.
This is what you got to do. The rivals. You just have to.
Right.
And then you have to do the rivals more than 4 times a year.
I think 4 is right. I think the 6 was too much.
I actually remember a time where it was at least once a month we were getting a rivalry match.
I'd say this. Do 5.
Yeah, because then you get a clear-cut season.
You have a... I think you adopt the NFL style. You host one division from the other conference a year, and then you play in another division, like you play against a division at home for them a year, and the rest are in your conference and in your division.
Well, you get your divisional games where you play each team. I think it's 3 times, maybe 4. It's 4 times in your division, 3 times for the rest of the conference, and then 1 each way with the Western Conference. Now, so
I'm going to do the math on the next commercial break because I am really. Let's just say I'm curious. Also, I love it too because, like, I know I've told you guys this story, but I was wondering why I always write things down. I'm like, how did I ever do this? Right? I'm like, why? Then I go over and visit my parents, and I see my dad, who is a retired accountant.
Mm-hmm.
He gets so intrigued on the numbers aspect on the cap stuff. He has notes of if the Oilers were to move or buy out people, how that money is going to look and what they would have left.
wow.
Most people have a hobby when they're retired. My dad does not. So, yeah. We have a commercial break, so I'm going to mute myself. You guys, in your own words, let's talk about predictions for Money in the Bank.
All right. Men's Money in the Bank. OMD, who do you got? And why?
That is a tough one. I'm going to go back to my original pick, and I'm going to go with Andrade. It's going to give him something of substance. Give him some traction as opposed to a lot of these vague vignettes and competing once a month.
Right.
We know he's been a champion here before, both on the main roster and in NXT, and it allows him to build and grow into that. yourself.
I like the idea of Jey Uso taking it because we do know he is a main event status guy, but right now he needs something to continue upon that main event status.
My problem with Jey is that, yes, he was supposed to win the Intercontinental title and they pulled the plug on that last minute. He's since had a world title match. He's since had another Intercontinental title match, and he's lost. Yes, he is supremely over. I'll give you that. But I also look at the Bloodline reunion, which we all believe is coming.
Yeah, but he could put the Money in the Bank aside for that, still hold on to it, and focus on that storyline until it comes time for him to cash the Money in the Bank.
Right.
Now for the Money in the Bank women's match. Now I know you had said it's Tiffy time.
I'm going Tiffy.
What do you see? Like, how do you see that unfolding? Like, where do you see it going after that? Like, how does she cash it in on Nia or Bailey? I see it because I see where you're coming from, but I kind of want to see if she does do that, and the partnership with Nia that's forming. I kind of want to see her tease to cashing it on Nia if Nia takes the title, you know?
She's not going to... She's going to wait. She's going to hold on to it until the optimum time. I think she is going to be the first woman to cash it in at WrestleMania. I don't think it would be on Nia, depending on where that alliance is at. Depending on who is the champion come WrestleMania, because I have a very funny feeling that Bailey will likely lose it come Survivor Series. I don't think Bailey's losing to Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see that situation develop and grow a little bit. And then Nia sort of believes she's protected because her closest ally has the Money in the Bank. And I could see Tiff waiting and cashing it in on whomever the Raw champ is.
See, I was thinking like with the Tiffy Stratton, if she does take it, it could end up being like a Daniel Bryan Big Show thing, because Daniel Bryan and Big Show, as you know, were friends, and they were doing like a best friend kind of angle until Big Show won the World Heavyweight title for Mark Henry in that chairs match, and then Daniel Bryan cashed in on Show afterwards. But I think, because the more I think of how she's going to be with the Money in the Bank, the more I like it. I'm going to go with Chelsea Green taking the win. I kind of like her being like this cocky, I've got the Money in the Bank character. That's kind of what I see her doing with it.
Right. See, I see Tiffy doing the same thing. Very much like Dolph did a number of years ago when he had it. I just hope that Tiffy doesn't have the losing streak that Dolph had or that Daniel Bryan had when they won Money in the Bank.
Right. But moving on, I think this next one's pretty obvious. Damian Priest and Seth Rollins.
Priest.
Yeah. Parrish, are you back there? Or?
Oh yeah, we're back, and so is the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have Liv Morgan coming in. I have figured it out. Like, I figured it out by the time the show came back on. It was like, but unfortunately, I'm doing some OMD that you don't want. Math-wise, it works, though.
And
that is a beautiful transition by Dom.
I was just going to say.
Dom is looking good tonight, man. Like, really good. He took that crossbody a little high, but looking good. I would stop looking back at your opponent, though, Dom. That is a rookie move.
But we don't have Zelina Vega coming back down the aisle yet.
No.
Well, no, she's got to sell what happened to her in the match. So earlier.
Oh, Daddy has to pull Dom off a woman. That is just terrific. There you go, Bess.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Actually, it was OMD that was asking about her coming out. Oh, huh. Not sure how I feel about that finish.
Isn't it ironic that Dom wanted Liv to win or Liv to lose earlier in the night, and then it was Liv who cost Dom?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, as much as you kind of wanted to see these matches be special between Rey and Dom, the fact that the story involving the match is creating something bigger, I think it makes sense. Also, as we're in a little bit of a segue here, so to get 82 games, I've been able to get, you play 8 games against one Eastern Division at home, another away, that is 16 games. You play the other division in your conference, and obviously I'm being the Oilers on this, 3 times, and that's 24 games. So that's 16 and 24. That is 40 games, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Yeah. And then if you do 7 times, or if you do 8 times 6, and you play, or sorry, if you do 7 times 8, no, what am I doing? 7 times 6. What is that, 42? You got your 82 games, and you got 7 games against your own division. So you can do 3 home, 4, but you bring back those rival games. I would abolish the way you're doing your playoffs, by the way, because those are just awful. But then you make those conference games against the other ones a little bit more special. So now your Stanley Cups are a little bit more rare.
No, I don't want. I want it to go back to the 1 versus 8 format, but I'd actually rather see them go in the playoffs with the highest ranked team versus the lowest ranked. Or
Well, that's exactly what I'd be doing, is going back to that 1 versus 8.
no, I want it to be like 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, 3 versus 14.
Why is everybody making the play? Oh, you want to? You don't even keep what? Why? What the hell's the point of 2 divisions or 2 conferences if you just abolish it in the playoffs? What the hell? What the hell do you put in that vape, bro?
I think he's been getting into my flowers over here.
I do know the building you live in.
You do.
I want you to answer that question. What is the point of having conferences if you're going to abolish it?
Well, because who's to say that, like, again, I want it done like the March Madness bracket.
Why?
Why?
No.
I enjoy that.
Yeah, then you put that in your junior game, though.
I got rid of NHL 24 because it's crap. I'm not going to go off on my rant about it, but
You were getting kicked out in the first round every playoffs, weren't you?
no.
He
No.
forgot to save his control settings. I guarantee it.
No, I had a preset setting, and then I upped it from, because I tried it on rookie where I had it set too easy. I went up to semi-pro, completely screwed with what I had.
You went on the easiest thing, you're good, and then you're like, I went to a harder one, and they kicked my ass.
No, it wasn't even that. It was, I went to put my settings back in, and the settings weren't like, it was the same preset that I had set, but it wouldn't do it. Tried to fix it all, nothing. And I'm just done with these annual games. Like, NHL hasn't been good since 19. So 22, 23, and 24 are the 3 worst NHL games.
You
I've
sound
ever
like
played.
such an old man when you're talking about it. It's like, I don't know how to figure it out. It's too complicated. I like the older stuff.
And watch when I play the game on Wednesday for the PlayStation Showcase. I show him up
Oh, probably.
because I'm going to be playing on regular settings because I don't change that shit around.
Oh, no, I do, because otherwise the passing is crap.
The only thing I hate, and here's the thing. If I'm playing a person, I want to play side to side because I hate having to shoot down. It messes up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like your joysticks, like the way you have to shoot the puck makes zero sense. When you go up. Side to side, blades of steel, perfect. Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey on the 64, bam! They knew what they were doing. But yeah, no.
And I'm the outlier in that because my favorite NHL game of all time is both NHL 94 and NHL Stanley Cup on Super Nintendo.
Of course you'd say that. See, here's the thing. Those games are boring when you compare them to what you're able to do down the road.
Oh, I know, but NHL 94 holds a special place in my heart. It was the first NHL game I ever bought on my own. So
perhaps the most fun I've ever had playing a hockey game was playing Gretzky's NHL on the Wii.
The most iconic hockey game for me is Mutant Hockey League, bar none.
another hockey game I really enjoy playing too, and this is a very obscure one, but Hit the Ice on arcade.
Yep. There was actually a game I had found. Oh, I still have my old mini Nintendo console, but it doesn't work on my TV. because they're not designed for 4K. And there's hot blood hockey, so it's actually based in India.
Okay, so Nakamura was at the UFC event this past weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was cornerman.
One Baron Corbin said if he ever got into an MMA fight, he'd want Shinsuke in his corner.
Well, so would I. I mean, Nakamura does have an MMA background.
I mean, I'm gonna want Shayna Baszler. She was the one who actually fought in the cage.
Yeah, Nakamura fought in the Pride ring.
Yeah,
so.
and he sucked.
Yeah. I as much as I love Nakamura, I will not deny that he did suck.
So did Del Rio, and he was
was-
awful too because he got beat up by Crocop.
Yeah. I was just going to point out that one.
I actually had a Croatian Uber driver yesterday, and we just kept talking Crocop the entire time. It was awesome. Sammy's on the mic. I'm gonna.
Gentlemen, if you will excuse me, I need to step AFK right quick.
Sammy, I think, really needs to stop doing this during his promos.
And his I am the Intercontinental Champion. We don't need every syllable of
Oh, I mean, Terry might. We heard his grammar earlier.
yes, we did.
Love you, Terry.
You're still our boy, Bulkster.
Why do I think we're about to see somebody do the Bret Hart and Goldberg and put that steel plate around their waist when Braun Breaker spears them?
Right?
I actually could, because I think that was a good, an awesome segment from Brett, to be honest with you.
It was the only good thing he did in WCW.
Well, I mean, he told Gene not to not to doubt El Dandy, so. But now we got Sammy beating up on Braun.
We're getting the first time of what it would look like as Braun Breaker if he was to win the Intercontinental Championship.
And coming up next, we are going to take a look back at what happened on Friday with the Bloodline and Paul Heyman.
Yes. And a very intriguing name I have been seeing as to who could come in and be the new wise man for the Bloodline.
Amando Estrada?
Yes.
Fuck no. I say this why. What part of the family is he a part of?
None, because he's Cuban.
Exactly. Just because he managed somebody in the Bloodline for a different promotion.
He managed Umaga in WWE.
Maga's never been in the Bloodline.
No.
But he did manage Jacob Fatu in the Indies.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob Fatu is Umaga's son.
Yeah. But Amado Estrada is not a part of the family.
Neither is Paul Heyman.
No, but Paul Heyman had a great deal of working with
Yes.
the family to help them get into the door of pro wrestling. I don't know. I just don't see it. And I wouldn't want. Not to mention, you go from Paul Heyman to Estrada.
It's a major step down.
And Estrada is actually from Chicago.
Yeah, but he's of Cuban descent.
I know.
Gold jacket.
You forget
I've
I've
Who
met
gives a
him.
shit? Oh my god.
I watched him wrestle Billy Gunn.
Everybody's wrestling.
I watched.
The guy's been around for like 40 years.
I watched him manage Umaga at Unforgiven in 06.
I watched him manage
fun fact,
Umaga at
I was at
WrestleMania.
Umaga's debut in Chicago at Monday Night Raw the night after WrestleMania 22.
So
I watched him manage Umaga at WrestleMania 23 in the Battle of the Billionaires.
So in a way, we're all tied to the bloodline in some
We
way
are.
too.
We
Yeah,
are.
but did Roman Reigns ever play football for your local team? Because he did mine.
Nope.
Yeah. And I've also drank with the Usos at a San Antonio airport. Winning.
Yeah.
There you go, Parrish. Are you going to be the new wise man?
I should be. Do you see how much stuff I call?
Yeah.
I could use a booking. Oh, I couldn't help but laugh when that Bo Dallas segment started, and I get a bing on my phone, and it's saying Oilers are re-signing Henrik. Couldn't.
What's funny is that minutes before you were just talking about that too, eh?
That's exactly why. So it looks pretty much as a guarantee that the main event will be Drew, Ilja, and Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting to see what they have planned for that. Anybody see Daivari very awkward attempt to break it up there?
Yeah, that's kind of why I was making that kind of face. I was also making a kind of face at those elbows that were being delivered to EO there, because they looked awful.
Well, I mean, this is where the camera should be panned or going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I pointed this out on Friday, but I'm just going to say it again. I love how disheveled Paul Heyman looked during this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I love the fact that he has the white hair. Looks like he's
apparently
nervous.
He also stayed up all night Thursday night, didn't sleep before the show to do that.
Either that or he got into your guys' special hobby.
Yeah.
Listen. That looks like Visine 100%, bro. Like putting a couple drops in there to get that red eye.
A few viewers out there.
You see that look and you're like, yeah, no wonder why you played such a convincing Paul Bearer back in the day, right?
If you guys hear through my mic a bunch of booming, it's because there's neighbors launching fireworks right now for Canada Day.
Sure. All right. What's the local number to your authorities there, OMD?
No idea.
The single fact that you couldn't even drop 911 on that is fucking alarming.
Well, I debated on going with 911, but I figured that would be a little too rash.
It's better than having no idea.
Our cops don't do anything.
Corey Graves, how do you guys like his commentary today?
It's been all right.
I can't believe I freaking called that on the review.
Right?
Dear Lord.
Yes, my son.
You ain't Dom.
No, I'm not.
So you ain't no daddy. What up?
So the intriguing thing about the 6-man tag matches, we obviously know it's Cody, Randy, and KO, but we don't know which 3 of the bloodline it's going to be.
Yeah, we do. It's Solo, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa.
Really? I thought they were going to go with Jacob. And
I really thought they would have put Jacob in as well.
Think about this. When there's 6-man tags with Roman, it was Roman and the Usos for the longest time, and Solo was always he was the Fatu, right?
The enforcer, yep.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yep.
And Adam Henrique signed a 2-year, $6 million deal.
Yep.
That's not a bad deal for him, really.
Oh, dude. I love it. See, now, okay, this goes to the conversation we had. I hated the trade unless we kept him because I do not like trading first-round picks for rentals. He's no longer a rental because he's still an Oiler. So
yep.
I'm okay with it.
It also makes me think that because Carrick came over and as part of that deal.
Yeah, he was a throw-in.
Yeah,
100% he was a throw-in.
That's what I was gonna say. Because I mean, since him coming over, he didn't really contribute much for the Oilers anyway. So
he was a depth guy.
Yeah,
and he did because he helped in some of the later games against Dallas by throwing some hits and just winning some face-offs and things like that. He did play his role.
Yeah.
What was asked of him, he delivered. It's just, honestly, he got phased out by scenario and situation.
Yeah.
When you have a chance to bring in Arvidsson, you do it. Perry is going to cost you a little bit more, probably because of the market.
Well, Perry's already been signed, so.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Perry's going to cost you more because of the market. And that's what happened. He's costing you more. Mark's costing you more because of the market. Henrique's costing you more of the market. And that means somebody has to be fizzled out. That was, honestly, Carrick. That was Darnay. Because we got Josh Brown at a better price.
Mm-hmm.
We hopefully have answers.
All right, Vengeance, what's your question?
I am Vengeance. Who is the Batman? Also, hi.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I did. He said, shut up and let him ask the question.
I am not at the moment, but I'm not quite sure where it stands right now, and I'll discuss that with the guys after.
It's very surprising. I have a question. Why do you ask?
Yes, please.
Maybe they want tickets to the gun show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Vengeance. You can get on the wait list. How did you find us, first of all? Please tell us how you found us, how you found the show.
Oh, I'm putting this up 100%. I hope to God this is like Bubba Duke, just like ribbon.
Oh, I can see it. I could also see it being one Mr. Carl Carafel or his lovely spouse.
Could see it have been yours. Just messing with you. We got a rare smile. Look at that grin. Look at that. He is blushing so bad right now. It is so good. You're as
think
red
he's
as the
blushing.
AJ fans in the first round. It's fucking cute.
So Vengeance found us on Twitch.
Well, thank you so much, Vengeance. And if
Yes.
you like what you're seeing, if you want to get more OMD content, make sure that you hit that like and that follow and that subscribe button. The perkiness of OMD would appreciate it.
Oh, Christ.
I love whoring you out for views. This is great.
Right? No kidding.
It's just too bad that after Wednesday you're going to be gone for a couple weeks.
Right?
Hey, apparently there's a wait list now. so-
Apparently.
This is-
Okay, so Vengeance, not counting my beard, what do you like about what you're seeing? Is it the camaraderie, the ribbing?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of ribbing going on.
Oh, yeah.
My hands are up here.
We're not asking for a self high five, man. I really want it.
All right, so OMD and I are in competition.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
this is fantastic.
All right, so which member of Turnbuckle Studios is this that's pulling a rib on us?
Could be Harry Terry.
It's the Bulkster, yep. Well, thank you for introducing yourself, Lisa.
This is a podcast about three guys just fucking around and watching wrestling.
Right?
Well, let's
Typically, there's five guys.
Oh dear God, you're not helping. We don't have French fries. Like, people are gonna get the wrong idea. They're gonna want a good burger, some fries. We can't do that. Here on Monday nights, there's usually two other guys, and we like to survey the wrestling scenes while we watch Monday Night Raw, and we talk about it. We usually let all the shit hit the fan during
Yeah.
commercial breaks. We make fun of each other very, very much.
Mhm.
But if you're subscribed to this channel, Turnbuckle Studios, you'll see a plethora of other shows that will leak into other shows, and that is why we have the TAP in the corner, thus the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
I am totally expecting a very hard-hitting match here between these three gentlemen.
What gives you that idea?
Well, the fact that they're all European and the fact that that's all they do when they wrestle.
Yeah, the European strong style. Yep. Did you just turn on your Xbox, Parrish?
My hands are on my beer and my mouse, man. They're here.
My Xbox controller is there. I didn't turn mine on.
No, my Xbox did go on.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't do it. You think I'm gonna put down my beer? Come on, man.
True.
He's Canadian. Canadians don't put down their beer.
Lisa, do you also like guys with no sense of idea?
I'm old.
Do you also like guys who fall asleep in between movies?
During movies, not just in between them.
As much as he could tell you about the first one ever made, he doesn't see a lot of them.
I grew up in the days of Charlie Chaplin.
He grew up on the very first Canada Day. You could,
No, okay, so Lisa is older than us.
47? That's young.
I'm 45.
Hell, in dog years. Perfectly executed, by the way. Unlike that AOP carrying cross segment.
Yeah, that was rough. So who do you guys got taking this match here to take that final spot in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
Dragunov.
Dragunov.
I think I'm with you all across the board on this one, Dragunov.
I'll help you out. I want to see where this goes.
Oh, geez, this is going to be fun.
To answer your question there, Lisa, there's your answer. And yes, he has Snapchat. This is usually his time where he goes to the potty, so don't be alarmed. Everything is okay.
No, I'm actually looking for her Twitch channel so I can add a follow if she's following us.
Well, when you see the name right there, that's what it is.
I know.
Okay, just making sure. I love the slow-mo before we go to commercial. This is so funny. So we got to ask, where are you from? You gotta do it and say sweet nothing.
Jeez. I can't find her Twitch channel though.
Dude, are you on Twitch?
Yes.
Go under where we're live, find our channel, click on her name and in chat, and you'll be able to go to her profile from there.
Okay, and how the hell do I do that? Because I don't even use my Twitch.
Look up Turnbuckle Studios, first of all.
Oh, dear God. Well, Turnbuckle Studios has given you a follow, Lisa. Thank you for following us.
You'll see our faces because we're live currently.
You don't say.
I do say, because OMB doesn't clearly know that we're live right now. I don't know.
Well, we just got a boatload of people in, so thank you so much for checking us out. And let us know. Be active in the chat. Let's try to find Lisa some. Let's try to get her OMD.
Let's
get her that one-man dynamic.
There, I've even sent the whisper. So,
did you say sweet nothing?
I did not.
Oh, come on! Ooh, she's
you failed.
Apparently, she is. Whereabouts in Canada are you from, Lisa?
Oh gosh, this after stream conversation is going to be terrific.
Oh
yeah. I'm gonna have to clip this whole thing, aren't I?
Not now.
Yeah.
But yes, you will. Well, if you want to know where you can find us, check out this amazing video that we have. And Lisa, this is where OMD can be sometimes. And she's from Ontario. What part? Please. I hope this is just.
I'm hoping this is.
But right now on our screen, we have an awesome triple threat match going on.
Yeah. OMB looks like he could have an awesome triple threat match going on, too. This match already just makes me wonder, okay, as soon as Punk and McIntyre end, I want McIntyre and Dragunov so badly. That just give me that feud.
So here's my question, because we talked about the idea of Gunther winning the title at SummerSlam.
Thank you.
When he goes to defend the title at Bash at Berlin, who is his challenger?
Has to be somebody who's definitely. It could be Priest. It could be the second. It could be the rematch. If Gunther wins and he goes to Berlin, it could be it could be Priest. You need somebody who's going to play the heel. Gunther is not going to get booed in Germany.
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm. Oh no!
But seriously, we're in Ontario because
As his best.
Yeah,
I'm not.
No, we hide perish in the oil sands in Alberta, so
Where we're 4 rounds is stuff we prefer. If it makes you feel any better, the Oilers are like 2-0 over the cap now. I just think it's hilarious, the timing of the Henrik stuff.
it's awesome, actually.
It's a busy ass day for free agency.
did you see
Dude,
over $1 billion spent on free agents today?
Yeah, and I didn't get a penny.
750 million spent in the first hour alone.
Yeah.
there was a point where I was reading through the free agencies. I put my phone down for like 5 minutes. I pick it back up. Oh, there's 30 more signings.
Right? I was glad I had today off because that's all I did until I decided to get off my ass and go to Poutine Feast.
How Canadian is it that our city has a festival for poutine?
It's a touring festival.
I know it is.
Yeah, but he might be on a beaver hunt later. So nothing is more Canadian than our national animal.
Right?
Wow.
All right. One more moment, guys.
There you go. And this is where we like to post a little photo because we know what he's doing. It's OMD's locker room visit.
You can find the OMD's locker room visit if you want to get it on a shirt, put it on a coffee mug, whatever. You can get it at carlcarafel.redbubble.com. If I can find that link.
I already got
There
it.
it is.
I already
Thank
got
you.
it. So Lisa, if you want to be the first. If you want to be the first to fill your thirst, make sure you go carlcarafel.redbubble.com. You get that locker room visit shirt.
So we're all quiet now that I've gone to the locker room, and
Oh, yeah, we already played the thing and we made sure that Lisa knows where to find that shirt.
Oh.
Sudbury. Interesting.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's about 3 hours away from us.
Yep. So we have a junior hockey rivalry with her.
Oh,
That we do.
You can do road trips. I've never seen you get like this rattle, and it's the best.
Well, the fact that I am waiting on confirmation of whether my girlfriend is coming over after the show or not, when she's done work.
Maybe Lisa's already on her way. So, MD, you stated that you live in the same town as Chris Best earlier, correct?
Yes.
Chris Best, what city do you live in?
We live in the Twin Cities. That's what we'll call it.
Yes.
Come on, I want Stalker Texas Ranger to be right on me.
Well, if Vengeance is from Sudbury, she would know what I mean by the term Twin Cities here too. So
Once again, Lisa, I'm going to put this out there. Read carefully, please. This is going to answer this question. OMD, I'm giving you so much publicity at this thing.
I know you are.
And Lisa, if you want more details about it, make sure you follow Chris Parrish on all the platforms you find too. See, that is the shameless plug now. And Turnbuckle Studios, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to tune in basically every day. OMD is on here at least once a day. So like tomorrow at 8:05 Eastern, when you can tune in here for Turnbuckle Talk. Me, myself, me, OMD, and Carl Carafel will all be on the show.
Ooh. OMD, you might want to look at your screen.
I know it. I saw it.
The finish?
I just got the finish. Wow.
There you go.
There it is.
Dear God, man. I am I'm your PIC in many ways tonight, apparently.
So how much do you want to bet that Punk shows up in Money in the Bank and screws Drew?
I think he costs them the match. What they do on their own time, best. I have no idea.
Right?
He's a married man.
Well, sometimes when you go on the hub, you'll find it.
What happens in Toronto stays in Toronto.
Yep. And Bulkster did call it.
You did.
One might say he drew it up that way.
Oh.
How ironic would it be if Drew McIntyre ended Damian Priest's reign the exact same way Damian Priest ended Drew McIntyre's?
I don't think
thought. He's
I don't
already
think
said
that's-
that he would go to Money in the Bank and walk out world champion.
Just listen to it. Just listen.
He had even said it prior to this.
I know, but like, it's just, it's poetic, is it not?
It is.
To be fair, I don't think that's even happened in Money in the Bank history either.
What? Not on the same lane, maybe not.
No, but where the person who cashed in on the champion suddenly got cashed in by the former champion.
No, I don't think it has.
Now, that might not happen, as you alluded to, as CM Punk might cost Drew McIntyre that opportunity. Me.
Parrish.
I'm gonna be honest here and give it to Parrish because Parrish is the more recent wrestler having been in the ring. OMD and I are just completely full of ring rust right now.
Yeah.
But overall, boys, what did you think of tonight's show?
Another solid go home show. Absolutely incredible.
Well, thank you.
Which Chris are you talking to?
Me.
Thank you too.
The baby blues, man. Come on. I actually hope she does say you now.
Well,
Be hilarious. It's like, no, you're fugly. Fuck off. Like I kind of hope that's the case. It'd be hilarious.
both of us.
Both of you.
All of her 6 eyes are beautiful.
Oh, jeez.
That's a new way of saying that, eh? Yeah, that's Canadian.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, this was a good go home show. We got a lot of curiosity. We got we got that wonder of how the match between Braun and Sami is going to go. We now have a complete list of both Money in the Bank ladder matches. We talked about how we didn't necessarily have a favorite going into Money in the Bank. Well, the betting favorite should be Drew McIntyre. And then it's probably Jey Uso, right? And then you think it's wide open. And I like that because you need that favorite. You need that second favorite. Well, it can't just be this guy. It needs to be this guy or that guy. But then you're like, oh, imagine if they gave it to that guy. Like that just makes a very intriguing match. And they have that with the women's as well. I don't think there's a runaway, but I do think you have such an open field on the women's end that all it is, it's creating. I just can't wait to see who they give it to. And I think there's just a positive excitement to it, not a, oh my God, I can't believe she's in there kind of a thing. And I think that's really welcoming for the women's division. And I think that's exactly what needs to be.
Right.
I'm already seeing hate on Twitter about Dakota Kai not being on there, especially where she wanted the opportunity on her Twitch stream. But people need to really just put an axe in their soft spot. And trust me, a lot of people nowadays have a huge soft spot when it comes to entitlement and giving things to people right away. Dakota Kai, if she's going to get some, she'll make it happen. This is just the first step, but OMD, do you want to take this?
I won't say necessarily good with hands. Good with mobility, and agility,
And stamina.
I was trying to avoid that one best. It does help with coordination as well.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I'll be good with my hands,
was
but
going straight for the jugular on it.
see, like I'm not sure if it does. I just can't put a finger on it. I'd ask for help if it's there. This is fun. This is really fun.
Yeah, the one thing I'm
I
liking
even
about
like
going
getting
in-
interrupted and making like good points
the
for
one thing
just a good old fashioned rib. Good old fashioned rib job. Yeah, I said that.
I think the one thing I like about going into this Money in the Bank is just like it's just as you said, Parrish. It's an open playing field. Everybody, it's hard to pick a winner because anybody could win this match out of both matches, and it'd be believable.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think too, nothing is better than having you go and watch a wrestling show and being like, you could be a fan of anyone and you're just going there and you're hoping your person wins. Nothing is better than just going to an atmosphere so open as that. Not to mention, Chelsea Green is going to be cheered enormously in Toronto.
Yeah.
And if she's not, she's going to be booed just so vast because they're either going to go with her shtick or they're just going to want a positive thing to happen to her. And it's just going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It was actually Bess that said the stamina. All I can tell you is that when it comes to wrestling, it allowed OMB to be KFC. Finger licking good.
And on that note, guys, we're gonna give out our socials, starting with you, Mr. Parrish.
You know what? I'm in such a giving mood. I just prefer to promote these socials right now. So if you want to just go and follow all these socials and just do what you can to help support him and to really make his content the best it can be, please go so.
All right. So if we're going to do this, let's do it right. People, you can find me on the Book of Faces at Daniel Harisic, HRYCYK. On Snapchat, One Man Dynamic, capitals on OM&D. On Twitch at OMD17 and Discord at OMD6370. Now to you, Mr. Parrish.
Oh, no, it's Beth's turn. I already went.
Yeah, we'll do me.
All right.
You
so aggressively.
YouTube.com. You can find me at CBRS Entertainment, Twitch.tv, CBRS_Entertainment, Threads.net at CBestFilms83, Facebook.com, Chris.best83, TikTok.com at CBRS.entertainment.
Nice.
All right. This show's gone off the rails. Are we just
I already have
it,
I have a Discord too. Like I do want to put up my
okay.
Yeah, it's just funny, but that's it. But yeah, no, we want to just say thank you to everyone who's been enjoying Raw as much as we did tonight.
Especially the comments tonight, guys.
Yes,
keep it going.
yes. We love the interaction. We appreciate all of you.
Look, they were loads of fun. But yeah, best if you want to take us home.
You got to buy us dinner first.
Nope.
No, I don't. But on that note, have a great
Just like Leon, we're going in dry, baby.